Yes, 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 it is Naomi, always young, creator of positive living inspiration. And today we are on day three on the 12 days of hope. Help other people every day. Now, why did I create this at the last minute when everything else is going on? Because I'm so excited about sharing. I'm so excited about the concept of hope. H.O.P.E. Now, why is the concept of hope so important? It's important because we need it. We need to have something to look forward to. We have beliefs, we have faiths, we have foundational things, and the hope that's within us is what draws us forward. So I couldn't be more excited about sharing that with you today. And I think that each and every one of us can have the possibility of being in that space. So I want you to think about what you're going to do today to be different. Can you be filled with hope? Can you be the kind of person who is lighting up the world? Now, I know there's people calling in from all parts of the world, so let's review where we've been so far. On day one, help yourself with optimum health. I have two items I forgot to share yesterday. Yesterday was others need your kindness, share it. And I gave lots of ideas of what you could give to a senior as a gift and things that you could help them do. Now, how do I know? Because I'm a senior. I know I'm 66 and I discovered all kinds of things. Now, the first one you're going to laugh your butt off, I know, because it has to do with toilet paper. We dry our bodies with a piece of dry paper. And I have a grandchild who's 3 years old now, but we're still using this. And I don't think, even if you're 83, you shouldn't have this in your house. In the bathroom, can you see that? I'm holding it. Baby wipes. It's so much softer and it can go down the toilet, not necessarily outside your house. You have to know what your system is, but this is so much nicer. So why not give a nice present that's soft and cuddly, that's easily disposable, it will not accumulate in their house. They're not going to have more things to hoard. That is an awesome gift. The other gift that I think is awesome is I have this sign, turn on the lights, 6 a.m. Why do you need that? Because otherwise I could stay in the dark. And turn off the lights at 10 p.m. So this is like a clue, a thing that I have on the door. I'm not using it now, but I used it for about 45 days to train myself to start being consistent about getting enough rest, which is also on the health quiz, which is also about helping seniors be more lively. And today, our theme today is people need creative adventure to be inspired. Wouldn't you agree? So let's go on an adventure. I'll get my adventure hat, get all ready to go. So the one that I want to show you first, I'm going to share my screen and you can laugh your head off, but don't, because this is the new way to travel. And if you've never done it before, you might be surprised at what I'm going to share. So first off, I'm going to share my screen, and this is the first place we're going, is the Museum of the World. Now, this is the British Museum. So it happens to be in London. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. It's got all kinds of places to go and places to see. I focused on Africa. And if you want to look it up, write this down, britishmuseum.withgoogle.com. And you are going to see an entire world that you can explore. I chose Africa Arts and Cultures. So you see over here on the left, there's gold elephants. And so they're ornaments made by the Asante. To the right here is an audio that actually explains the whole thing. Right below that is the map. And right below that are other things related to it. So wouldn't that be awesome if you could go to the British Museum and you could explore so many different places? Let me see if it'll take. Now, here's what you get. You get the whole world. You see that? So all you have to do is go find a blue, green, or yellow button. Click on it. Let's see where this one takes us. And now we're going to Renaissance Europe. So this is an awesome way to explore the world through the British eyes. Now, remember, the British Empire was really, really large. Many, many, many continents and countries. And okay, I'm not sure I agree with the philosophy, but what they did is they grabbed things from the other countries and brought them back to England. So there's some things that should be in their own countries, but they're actually in England and they've never done the trade back. And in one way we can say that's how they preserved, and that's good. preservation is good. And another way, it's they kind of rob the country of their artifacts. So there's conversations about that. All right, let's go to Los Angeles. The John Paul Getty Museum. J. Paul Getty Museum. Now, where did I find this series of museums? There's an article in Google called artsandculture.google.com, and it's got a number of museums, and I've chosen the ones that have the most versatility. So what's so cool about this one is you can do a 360 degree. So here's my arrow on the roof. Do you see that? I'm grabbing the wall, and then it turns into a rectangle, and I can slowly go around the room and see the art of the world in Los Angeles. Even if I'm in Dubai or Cambodia, welcome, South Africa, Canada, United States. And I honestly cannot see your comments, and so I apologize. I do not have another screen available today to set up that I could see Zoom and Facebook at the same time. But is this not amazing? If you like what you're seeing, write down artsandculture.google.com, the J. Paul Getty Museum in Los Angeles. Now let's go back to Europe. Okay, I'm going to put a different hat on. Because you know when you travel, you have all kind of hats for all kind of reasons. Okay, where do you think we're going? I know you thought it was Russia, but it's not. It's Italy. The Uffizi Gallery, Uffizi. The Uffizi Gallery is in Florence. I've only been there once, and I couldn't wait to go again. But look what they have. They also have what we have with the J. Paul Getty. You can tour numerous rooms. And then it has the descriptions below, which I'm not going to go into. I'm just showing you the possibilities. Well, there it did tell you. The portraits of the Duke and Duchess of Urbino, Federico de Montefeltro. Wow. Okay, let's see if I can get up closer. I guess that's where I am. Okay, so down below, it's got the picture still. And what I was doing was putting the square in there, holding my mouse down on the square. See how my hand shows up? And then slowly going around the room. That wasn't really to train me. I mean, that's not training me to do anything. It's just slowly going around the room. But that's what the Uffizi Gallery in Florence, Italy offers you. And who wouldn't want to go see this beautiful art? Who wouldn't want to spend a few hours with their grandkids studying art? I think it's fun. And it doesn't mean that you have to become a specialist in any of this stuff. What it means is that you're interested in the world. And even though you may not be able to travel outside your state at the moment, when you are able to, you will have known many things that you might have wanted to visit, right? All right. Now I have the most amazing piece. I'm going to show you the newest artificial intelligence for art. This man decided to do a sculpture, but in the air, in the sky. Literally, you're going to see him. I hope everyone can see that. He's going to draw in the sky. You're going to see him drawing things. I'm just going to show that for a few minutes. This is what he did. He walked around this sculpture of this man, and then he took his, I don't know, it's not a utensil, it's some kind of drawing thing, and he starts drawing in the sky, in the air. Okay, here he goes. Do you see those marks in the middle? All right, I'm going to fast forward it, but if you look right where I'm circling, you can see what he's doing with artificial. So I'm going to take you all the way to the end, about right here, and you're going to watch pieces that start just to join together. And you're saying, how can he do that? He's not even touching it. It's artificial intelligence. It's some new way. Now, my daughter's husband is actually studying this outside of London, and he's going to be able to do this as a photographer. He's shifting, right, from one to another. He's studying artificial intelligence. Do you see that? That is not drawn by human hand. I'm just saying, that's amazing. So this is a 3D picture, and you can find it in artsandculture.google.com. It's a project for 360-degree videos. Now I'm going to stop my share because I think I've shown you some very impressive travel opportunities, travel adventures, ways for you to go someplace that you've never been. And if I were you and I got a chance to go there, I would want to see what is possible in the world. So what's possible in the world is anything that you could do. And so now I'm going to take you, oh my goodness, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to take you to the National Museum of Women's Art in Washington, D.C. I was just there the first week, and actually it's October 31st, I was there. And what they have is sculptures only made out of paper from all over the world. So I'm going to just flip through a few of them. And when you see this, imagine that you only had paper. It just takes a minute to load. You only have paper, glue, and nothing else. And so these ladies had committees from all over the world, and this is all made out of paper. It's the story of a world war, and it's from the Orient. Here's a dress, all made out of paper mache. Here is, I don't know what it's called, but it's just strand from cardboard boxes put in a pattern. Here, it looks like a plant coming out of the wall, as if it was on the other side of the wall and the plant's coming through, all made out of paper. These are colored items, all made out of paper. And they could use paint, right? These are balls of all different shapes. And this is the artist explaining at the opening of the National Museum of Women's Art. And this display is going to go around the world. And so each city that I looked up is going to be hosting it, from Barcelona to London to Honolulu to, I think, Taipei, Taiwan. Look at this. It's just little bumps of paper, but they're all organized in a certain way and then painted in a certain, I mean, can I do that? No. Can you do that? Yes, somebody can do that. This is a standing sculpture, and actually it was illustrating, let me see if I can make it bigger. It doesn't want to go bigger. Okay, here we go. It's illustrating how hidden women are who wear hijabs, and it's from a lady in that part of the world. This is a rug, but it's not a rug. It's paper. I was so excited to go to the National Museum of Women's Art. So now I'm going to take you up a mountain. And this is the story of the 8 mountains that I climbed in 8 months. So if you can't travel, you can find someone else's travel in video, or like in this case, it's a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to share my screen again from the beginning. We're going to watch the slideshow. And this is, I climb mountains on behalf of Mending Kids. And this is Bishop's Peak, was the very lowest and very first mountain. And it's not really a mountain, it's just a small 1,500-foot climb. But it was the first time that I made an attempt on purpose to get ready to go climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Picacho Peak is in Arizona. It has 7 cables. It's quite dangerous. It's quite narrow. And it's an adventure that I did just after my surgery. Well, not just, 8 months after my surgery, when I was 10 years old. That was my desire, to climb a mountain. I didn't climb again until I was 61. Here's how you can see the cables. You literally have to pull yourself up each cable. That's my dad, who at the time was, 6 years ago, so he was 82, my brother and my husband. Here we are at the top, so you can see the view. It's so fun to be at the top of anything, isn't it? Now we climb Mount Baldy, which is here in Southern California, 10,064 feet. That's the summit, and it happened to be a beautiful day. I wouldn't climb it in the winter. It's very dangerous. Mount San Jacinto is slightly higher, but much more difficult and many more miles. And we actually climbed above the clouds for the first time. So we were mostly above the clouds, but you can see at the bottom, we started in the fog. So enjoying someone else's travel is a way that you can have a creative adventure. You can inspire yourself. Here's the summit of Mount San Jacinto. And later I went to this summit and actually stood on it, and that was super scary. Okay, the next mountain. Oh, here I am. I'm sitting on it. I have now, since that time, since May 2015, I've now stood on that, which equally scary to sitting on it, but that was the way that was that day. Okay, Mount Pinos is between Los Angeles and Bakersfield. And you think it's just normal, but you can see 3 counties from there. If you do the long hike, it's 8 miles. No, it's longer than that. It's about 9.5 miles. And you get to the summit, and then you're going up and down many valleys, and you actually do 3 different peaks on that climb. Now we move on to Big Pine Creek. And can you believe that? It has glaciers that are melted because it's July. And the reason the water looks green is because the glacier rocks make it appear green. If you put your hand in the water and pull it back out, it's not green. It looks like normal water, but it's funny, isn't it? And it's beautiful. There's three, Lake 1 and Lake 2 look like that. Actually, we call them First Lake and Second Lake. This is Second Lake. They look like that. And this is awesome, awesome, awesome. The peak is 11,264. This was the first time I'd ever backpacked and slept in a tent, and it was my birthday. So craziness at Big Pine Creek, Sixth Lake. Then we went on to Mount Langley, which is higher, just slightly shorter than Mount Whitney, 14,042. And again, a several day backpack. And look at those lakes. We're now at the highest lake, High Lake, where he's standing. And now we're at the summit. We look kind of worn out. We were. This is a while ago. And now I've climbed that several times. And then we went to Africa and spent 8 days to get to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. And of course, we had a 4-hour whiteout and a snowstorm, but we made it. The sun came up for a few minutes through the clouds, and then we hiked back down. So why do I do all that? I do that to save children's lives. And when I climbed that mountain, I know that I saved a little boy's life. And I can tell you that story later. Mending kids is why I climb. So here we are at the end of our time. And I want to review that first day was help yourself with optimum health. Second day, others need your kindness, share it. So specifically for seniors, what can you do for them at this season? And today being the third day, my name is Naomi, always young, creator of Positive Living Inspiration. I couldn't be more excited to share this time with you and invite you to have 12 days of hope for the holidays. Have an awesome day. Don't forget to love yourself, hug yourself, and have a smile for someone else.